So when you look at something, and let's see if I can find one. Well, actually, I'll just go back to XO1, see if it's still the same here. And it's actually not anymore. What was it at this morning? I am rich. I just hit the XOM. Okay, it was 50 cents. All right. It's actually for the credit to the buying, or not credit to the buying power, but just for the credit to the width of the strikes. So you all know, like a 30 delta, $5 wide, right? You really want to get 1/3 the width, which is about $1.65 plus or minus. This not near it. $1, and actually there was a $1 one. Maybe I'm thinking of this. If you notice, like 33 cents is 1/3 the width of the dollar. So this is actually fairly close to it, right at a 30 delta. But then, you know, this should be 66. Well, now this is 15 cents away versus 5 cents away, right? And then again, 99. So now you're what, 30? So if you try to do a $5 wide, you only get $1. Whereas in this case, I said $2 because $2 is better than $1. Otherwise, you're going to be in this forever. But this is actually better capital management than doing it as a $5, $2, because you're getting closer to 1/3 the width of the strikes here than you are on any of the other ones, right? This should be 165, should be 120, should be about 99, right? Should be about 66, should be about 33. So instead of doing a $5 wide for $1, I was okay with taking 50 cents here, but really this would have been the better option credit to getting the 1/3 the width. Like it's the closest to 1/3 the width. Even though it's only $1 wide, you're actually getting more credit here than you would be as a $5 wide. Yeah, exactly, right? If you put on this $5 wide one, this, even at $1 in credit, will profit substantially greater, or I should say faster, than this $1 one, because you have no wiggle room here. You got to think of it, remember how it is. The farther away you are from that short strike, the more that short strike acts like a naked play. So when you're here, you got this $1 right behind it, just hurting you here when you're trying to get profit. A little bit better, right? Even better, and so forth. So it would be like if you put this one on and I put this one on, I'd be out faster on the same move, unless you took a smaller profit. But if you were going for the same profit, you would see a $5 wide, a $3 wide hit your profit target faster than you would that dollar wide. Okay. That's why, like, most of the alerts I put on there, I try to do it at least a $3 wide, or if it's a 2.5 strike one, 2.5 strike one. But for me, yeah, no, like this, I'll do at the very minimum. I usually don't like to do 2. It's either got to be 3 or above, or even a 2.5. It's just slower profit. Okay. But it's good for people with smaller accounts. You start with a good $1 wide, but that's why even $10 are better on the $5 if there's credit there. Otherwise, you do 2 contracts on, unless you're okay with smaller credit, because you will profit faster on the $10 wide. Does that make sense? Cool. Yeah. So, like, let's see. Just looking at one. Let's see. Like Nvidia here. This 30 delta. Oh, this is $5 wise. Not gonna do it. But 250 is a little low. I would rather take 250 than $1.40, but this isn't too bad. It's on the low end. This is also right on the low end. Let me see. Let me try to find it's gonna be a lot easier of going to. Yeah, that's all 270. This should be 330, 10 wide, right? I don't have anything. Let's go high IV. So this is almost a 30 delta, and you are almost at 1/3 the width of the strikes already. But here, like to me, this makes more sense to take a $5 wide play on a firm for $1. I mean, spreads are a little wide, so it might be more $1.55, $1.50, but still, it's a lot closer to 1/3 the width of the strikes than this is. Right, 267. This should be $3. If you compare the two, this is off by 7 cents. Really, like this should be right around $3. It's not. So to me, it'd be easier, or at least better, to do two contracts where at $1.55 or something, $1.50 even, get $300, then taking a 10 wide with one contract, getting $265. So that's why I always look and see where the best spot is. You'll see me like on these $1 wide ones. You'll see me counting kind of in my head and looking at it. You'll hear me always say that 30, 60, 90. Because I'm looking for the best possible spread, the widest for the most reasonable credit. Okay. So 30, 60, 99. Like this is a 35 delta. It's a little too close, but this $3 wide would be better than that $2 wide. But this is better than probably both because you're right at that 30 delta.